Christian Mingle friends. This is Shaunti Feldhahn coming to you with a tip from my book and the research for, ironically, The Surprising Secrets of Highly Happy Marriages. Now, I know you're single, not married. However, most of you want to be married. Most of you want to have that kind of a great relationship. And I learned some things in this study of what makes the happiest couples so happy that I think is really, really important for singles as well. So I'm starting that research with the singles now. One of the things I learned might be helpful to you in this season of your life. And it is the importance of being careful how you communicate with the other person. Today we've got this high value on telling it like it is and being brutally honest and sort of feeling like, well, this is just me and I should be able to share things the way that I want to share them. And you know what? I'll sort of put Dr. Phil's words into play here. Yeah, maybe you should be able to do that, but how's that working for you? Because it turns out that one of the things that was very common that made the happiest couples so happy is they didn't necessarily tell it like it is, if telling it like it was would really hurt the other person's feelings. They were honest, but they weren't brutally honest. They found a way to say these difficult things and talk about challenging issues in a way that preserved the other person's feelings rather than really shredding them or not caring how they would take it. You know, it's really interesting as we sort of figure out how we want to talk to each other. It's interesting that when we start a relationship, we are on our best behavior, aren't we? We are very polite, we want the other person to think well of us, we want to preserve their feelings, and then we go on a few more dates, and then we get to know each other, and as we start knowing each other and start taking each other for granted a little bit, and that's not necessarily always a bad thing, we start getting closer. For some of us, it becomes very easy to let that initial politeness and desire to preserve the other person's feelings, to let that kind of seep away. And we take closeness for license. And we start saying things to the person we're closest to in a way we would never actually say them to a friend. You know, you see people talking to each other, you know, a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend talking to each other in these voices that might as well have huge eye rolls attached. You're like, ugh, I can't believe you forgot this again. And what were you thinking? And I listen to people like that and I think, would you ever have said that to your best friend that way? Would you ever have used that tone of voice? And if you wouldn't, why would you use it with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Why would you use it with your husband or wife? It turns out that most happily married couples are so happy because they're kind. I hope that helps.